Nerdjitsu.
Welcome to the Nerdjitsu podcast. We are here with Andrew the Reaper Russo, Danielle Russo. I don't know if you have a cool nickname, sorry.
Not yet.
All right. We also have Hector Leone and myself. We are interviewing the power couple of Pikes Grappling. So those of you listening and those of you watching, welcome back to the show. This is our second episode. Glad to have you guys with us. Thank you very much.
Oh, absolutely.
So we'll start off with where are you guys from?
So originally I'm from North Carolina. Military brought me out to Colorado. So and that's where I met this lovely young lady.
All right. And you're Colorado native?
I'm a Colorado native.
Native proud. All right. So you were in the military. What is that just something that you always wanted to do, or did you just hop into it, or?
No, the reality is I joined the military. It was my escape. I grew up in a pretty poor town, and that was my way out to go see the world. So
all right.
That's what I did.
Okay. All right. So you are currently attending UCCS?
I am in school right now. I think I get my degree this year. I'm going to be working on my master's, and I'm looking to progress into education. So
okay.
Yeah.
So looking to be, is it like teaching, or what's the goal for that?
Yeah, I would like to teach at the collegiate level. I would like to be a professor. That's the end game. But short term, we're looking at probably secondary high school. So
okay.
We'll see.
All right. Good stuff. All right. So belated congratulations on the purple belt.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And you had surgery not too long ago that you're healing up from right now?
Yeah, 6 weeks Thursday.
Oh, man.
Yep.
It was 6 weeks. Yep, second ACL.
Oh, man, it's rough. How's the recovery going?
It's slow. I am getting out of shape. You know,
Yeah.
I'm missing rolling. I go to these open mats and watch everyone roll, and I'm like, I feel so lethargic. Gordon Ryan keeping his six-pack through all of his knee surgery. That's not me. I am not keeping up.
That's not a lot of us. Man. Okay. So, of course, we got to ask, what got you into the martial arts? What drove you into jiu-jitsu?
So it's the common, military digression, right? We all experience bad things in the military. Everybody did. And for me, I started jiu-jitsu because it calmed those crazy voices. The day-to-day life was getting hard, and going in and rolling for an hour, it was kind of hard to think about that stuff when somebody's choking you.
Exactly.
So that's what instigated my love for jiu-jitsu. So.
All right.
So it's almost therapeutic in a sense.
Oh, it's wicked therapeutic. Yeah. And that's what instigated a lot of my other developments with Pikes Peak Grappling and some of the other organizations that I'm working with, is the fact that if jiu-jitsu can do what it did for me, for other people, everybody should experience that.
All right.
What about you, Danielle? What got you?
So it took me like 3 years to just watching. I know. So I was like the jiu-jitsu mom because we have 4 kids and all 4 kids do it and he does it. So I just was there for the kids' class. I'd take him home and he would stay. And like after tournaments, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to do it. And then I just never would because I played team sports my whole life. I played volleyball and basketball and soccer. So I just didn't know how I felt with like people being on top of me or it just kind of didn't seem like my thing. And then he went to Worlds last year, and I guess I like caught the bug.
Oh man, that's a place that'll happen too.
Yeah.
Like that is that's
and it's addicting. Like I see why
really
people are there all the time because it just like you just constantly want to get better, and there's just so many things. There's one move and then there's 100 ways to combat it and then there's 100 ways to combat that. And so it just, it's very stimulating.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
And it's constantly evolving, Like,
yes.
It's never like an end game with grappling, you can learn something and then he has it set up for it, vice versa.
Yep.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. And I just liked, I think watching for 3 years helped
too.
100%. Like, so I had a different kind of, look on it. I wasn't just a white belt walking onto the mat for the first time with no experience. I had a little experience, up here just from watching for 3 years.
Yeah, I was about to say I've never seen you roll until Sunday. And I watched you throw like a 20 armbar combination. I was like, oh my gosh! I'm like, I don't know about 4 of those. I'm like, man, I'm may need to learn something. All right, so I think you kind of touched on it a little bit, but when I imagine you guys had this conversation one day, like, hey, this is what I'm going for. I want to start this grappling organization. For those of you who don't know, that aren't maybe from Colorado Springs, there had not been grappling or any sort of jiu-jitsu tournament since 2016, at least. Or maybe even earlier than that. Maybe 2015, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to double check. But it was either 2015 or 2016. There were no events in Colorado Springs. You had to go to Denver, or else there was no jiu-jitsu competitions. So, like, this is big. So, what made you go against the norm? Got you out of that comfort zone and made you get up and take this leap forward?
So this is kind of a unique story. So my business partner and I, Pete, the big beard face, he and I were up at a women's competition helping coach, and he looked at me and goes, "You know what? I think we can do something like that." So I looked at him and I was like, "You know what? I think we can do something like that." Now, being a father of 4 and constantly driving up to Denver, I would, in a weekend, drop $300-400 simply off food, gas time, drive time, finding something to do for my kids when they're done competing with jiu-jitsu so I can compete. We wanted to instigate something down here that would alleviate some of that. And the Colorado Springs community is big enough now. We are growing exponentially in regards to jiu-jitsu to have something firmly solidified here. And honestly, without Petey, I don't think that Pikes Peak Grappling would be what it is today if it wasn't for this, off the arm. Hey, let's do this. So that's
it. Just one conversation started the whole ball rolling.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and they came to Lori and I. Lori is Pete's wife, and kind of asked if we were interested. At that point, Lori was training.
Yeah.
She did 3 classes, and then it just wasn't for her. But I mean, I think we all have our strengths, and Lori and I, Lori's a veteran, like Andrew, so we bring that aspect since this is a really a veteran-based town, and then the female part for me, and then Petey is just super smart about everything.
Yeah, to play off that, we all have our specializations. I mean, we all hold and maintain our specific spots regarding Pikes Peak Grappling. For me, I'm kind of that vocal communal voice, right?
The face of it.
I want to be that guy that anybody can approach. That's who I am. Danielle handles the monetary resources. If it were up to me, I'd just spend all of our money. She's like, nope, can't do that.
Yeah.
Petey, logistics. You want to talk about one of the most intelligent men out there regarding logistics? It's Petey. And then Lori's our design.
And marketing.
Our design and marketing. So all of our posters and all of our ads come from Lori. So like she said, we all have our strengths.
Just fit in like a team.
That's how it is.
That could not be a better, just you guys are already friends. So it wasn't like you had to reach out and find this. Man, that makes that even more impressive.
Yeah, it kind of fell together.
It did fall together.
And we have a lot invested. So because all of our kids do it, and it's hard getting up at 6 a.m. and driving an hour and a half and then being there all day.
Yeah.
All day, and then driving back. And so, and we thought we could do a good job, and jiu-jitsu is big enough in the Springs now and we had a good turnout. We were really, really happy with the turnout. So. Yeah,
I was there for that one, the Bigfoot Brawl.
Yes.
You guys had it all. You had vendors, you had, 6 mats going? Six mats. It was moving smooth. I didn't see anybody complaining about the reffing. It was having fun, smiling. I mean, pictures are online. If you guys if you want to see Pikes Peak Grappling on Facebook, check it out. Instagram as well too. Instagram as well too. Check it out. Check out the pictures. If you missed the Bigfoot Brawl, hop on there and look at the pictures. You'll see what I'm talking about.
They actually. Sorry,
go ahead.
They actually have Bigfoot was actually spotted there.
He was
actually there. I saw him for sure.
We wanted to bring a different dynamic, especially with our tournaments. One of the biggest things that we focused on was making sure that they operated and ran smoothly, and that's where the 90% of our efforts went to, was making sure that they operated in an efficient manner. One thing that I want to say is that I've been to a lot of jiu-jitsu tournaments, just like anybody else. That's, I'm assuming, listening and yourself. But they give you an approximate time of when everything's going to finish and operate. We finished 2 hours early from speculation from the numbers that they gave us. So that is a victory on our behalf. That speaks to the preparation that we put in. The other thing is that we are very open to changing to ensure that the people that are there get what they want from these tournaments. So if anybody has recommendations for what we can improve, we're happy to listen to them. So
all right, there you have it. Do you guys have anything you can add, or something that you believe that can add to the improvement of your jiu-jitsu experience with Pikes Peak? Hit them up, send them a message.
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram. I'm sure you guys have email and
absolutely. Pikes Peak
so
Grappling.
definitely do that. Like that's not something that some of these other organizations, particularly the bigger ones, would probably say. I've been like, hey, so is there any way I could get into this? And I'm just like, no, leave us alone, pay your money. I'm like, okay, all right. Those of you that may not do jiu-jitsu, maybe some of our gamers or movie fans, what they're talking about is jiu-jitsu tournaments usually start in the morning for the kids. So if you're doing the kids will be there in the morning. So if the adults will be in the afternoon. Now, if you're going all the way up to Denver, that's an hour at least one way up. And then you have to wait all day for the kids will go, and then the kids are stuck there all day because you're not going to drive back an hour and come back for the adults. So by bringing that to the Springs, they've allowed that there's no longer that lag time. You can your home's right around the corner. You go drop the kids off, come back. So that's pretty amazing. And like he said, grappling is growing. We actually have a 10th planet coming here.
What are your thoughts about that? Exciting.
I hope to see them at the Traveling Open Mats.
Y'all better come see it.
We want to see you guys. All right. So, how long did your first event take to come to life?
So, it was from fruition all the way to execution. 8 months. It was 8 months.
That's impressive.
It was 8. Yeah. A lot of preparation, a lot of planning, a lot of analyzing things that we enjoyed about other tournaments, things that we did not like about other tournaments. Making sure that everybody was in agreement with these concepts and notions, and then advertising, making sure that the crazy part is that what people don't realize is the majority of this we funded out of pocket simply to give to the community. We wanted to put something here that we felt needed to be here and that gave back to the community. So yeah, I mean, 8 months is what it took us to build this first tournament, and we were excited and happy for it.
Yeah, we did a lot of research. We went to pretty much all the tournaments that were going on, and took notes.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, they've had an empty mat for 20 minutes.
Why
did they have an
make
empty
sure
mat?
it's rolling.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, and just going off of our experience of, Andrew and the kids have been competing for 3 years. I mean, I think they all did their first tournament, 2-3 months after they started. So, we've been to a lot, and just taking that experience and trying to, make it ours, but make it better.
I think that's important, making it, anybody can go out there and try to replicate something, but that uniqueness, when I went there, I felt that. I'm like, this is exciting. This is new. This is not like everything else I've done, it was exciting. I was like, man, it feels exciting to be at a tournament again. So congratulations on that. I also agree that it was a success. A lot of people that went there were excited. I think it was a great turnout and tournament. So, so let's go with upcoming events first.
Yep.
So what do you guys have coming next couple months?
A couple things coming up soon. We have one of the first all-women jiu-jitsu competitions coming to this local region. Do you guys know if there's been an all-women in the Springs area?
Well, not in the Springs. So the women's tournament that was in Denver kind of sparked the whole idea. Yeah. It was small, but they just kind of ran it. Yeah, they just kind of just ran it off, off kilter. That's not the word I'm trying to, but just, so that's where they were like, this is something we can do. Yeah. So we're having a all women's tournament, 16 and up. on July 21st, and we're holding it in Monument. We thought, that would be a good location. It's not too far for the Springs. We were hoping to get people from Denver to come down. It's just a good opportunity because there's not all women's tournaments.
No, absolutely not.
And coinciding with that, we've been hosting a lot of all women's open mats. Now, Jiu-Jitsu is not all about competing. It's about building relationships. I love building relationships. And the open mats that we are currently hosting are simply designed to cultivate the women's jiu-jitsu community. It's all about building a bigger community, having people to lean on when you're in need, right? Very comparable to that military lineage that we are so familiar here with in Colorado Springs. One of the things that we are doing with the all women's open mat, we are doing a gi raffle or a gi giveaway. So all the women that come to these women's open mats will be entered for a free gi. We seriously just want to promote the women's jiu-jitsu community. Denver is big. Let's build the Springs.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing. It's I want to see it grow, and I want to see it grow exponentially. And I truly believe that these are our efforts to do that. So.
Well, and we're also portion of the proceeds are also getting donated to Girls and Gis, which is a big women's organization to help promote women's jiu-jitsu. They do a lot of scholarships and stuff like that, and so we're just really excited to be able to help another organization grow and get the word out.
Man, anytime that we can help somebody, we'll take full advantage to that. As long as it coincides with our philosophies and notions, let's run with it. Let's build this thing as big as we can make it.
Yeah, and keep it, within the community, help everybody,
Absolutely.
Everybody eats kind of thing.
We try to do as much local demographic as we can, hence the City Auditorium. That's a Colorado Springs trademark. All of the booths, you mentioned these earlier, we didn't charge any
vendor fees.
Any vendor fees, just come in and help build this community. Let's grow.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, I saw Mission 22 there. That was pretty cool. Those who don't know, Mission 22, it's trying to help prevent veteran suicide. So a lot of good organizations. So Girls and Gis, that's another one that is really positive. Like that's pretty amazing. Like not only are you guys focusing on the community, but helping the community.
Sure, we're looking at WeDefy as well.
Okay.
So
nice.
We're trying to get them incorporated. We're trying to get all these what we can do to build this community.
That's good stuff. All right. So without spoiling too much of the brainstorming.
Sure.
Do you guys have any notions towards special events? Maybe super fights, anything like that?
Yeah, these are always in the works, right?
That's his dream.
Yeah, these are my dreams. So I've been looking. So little side note: in my basement, I have a whiteboard, and it's like my think tank, and I write up all these different things, and it's a jumbled pile of mess, but it keeps me organized with thoughts. And regarding that, eventually, I'd like to see a Denver, Colorado Springs, mash off. Represent, right? It's super cool.
Yeah. Rep your city.
Right?
Oh, man. Don't use that.
Trademark.
Yeah.
There's a couple, I've been, I have to run these by the business partners and get the okay, but a couple of other things is, with 10th Planet in town, and we know Colorado Springs, let's try to look at some of that stuff.
Some team on team, that'd be cool.
Eddie Bravo will give you a call, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some special events in the works that hopefully we've discussed doing just a kids tournament.
Yeah.
Just an all kids tournament.
Yeah, because we want to do like 2 or 3 big tournaments during the year, and then small ones, that are kind of like a niche, like the women's tournament or the all kids tournament, and we actually just opened registration today for our next big tournament. In September.
Valhalla?
Yeah, Victory or Valhalla.
Oh,
so this is going to be a Viking theme, and regarding that, I'm working on handing out some really cool trophies.
Well, don't spoil it.
No. I'm not going to spoil them, and I'm not talking like for the event, and I'll hopefully announce this pretty soon. Maybe like the best beard.
Oh, nice.
Viking beard, or the best hairdo.
Yeah.
We'll see. I got some pretty cool ideas for that.
All right, that's good stuff. Okay. All right, so since we're already talking about what you guys are doing for the community, how can, say, Johnny sitting at home, how can he get involved? Is there is there a way that people can donate to something? Are you looking for sponsors? Like, how can people help with this movement to build up this Colorado Springs Jiu-Jitsu?
So, yeah, most our tournaments, a lot of that is sponsor based, and we're looking for 3 to 6 to no more than
we'll
10.
take as many sponsors that want to sponsor
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
So,
It is about providing the best tournament that we can feasibly contribute to Colorado Springs, right? And that's what it's about. And obviously, the more revenue that you have at your disposal, the better the tournaments that we can attempt to give you guys. But I want to make it clear, one of our philosophies is definitely not about the money, right? It's definitely, this is not a monetary driven business. This is something to give to the community. And I want to make that very, very clear. A lot of this we fund ourselves simply because we want people to have this. But yeah, man, if you guys are looking to come out and help sponsor Pikes Peak Grappling in our upcoming events, reach out to us on email or and tell us about your business, and we'll post you guys on our web pages and post
so
bios.
Lori came up, one of our business partners came up, Lori and Pete, I think, came up with a really cool, so we have sponsorship levels. So based on how much money you spend, you get, so many perks, but we made it like black belt and brown belt. So we thought that was like super, like we can't take credit for that, but we thought it was really smart. So obviously, the more if you're black belt level, you get all the
perks,
all the advertising, all that stuff.
Genius.
So
like it.
we thought that was really smart.
Yeah, it was really smart.
Don't be a white belt first. But it didn't work.
Black belt.
Yeah, but it didn't work. All right. So, traveling open mat.
Yeah, let's do it.
Where did this come from? I mean, I tried to do something like that and it fell flat. Like that. I mean, we didn't do too bad, but it was usually max 2 gyms.
Sure.
That's the best I could ever get. And I even threw 4th of July on it. I tried everything, and they just weren't having it.
So you want the real story, or you want my version?
Let me get your version.
All right. So Pikes Peak Grappling came to Colorado Springs. All the gyms came together, and it was my idea, the tournament. And because we started that, traveling open mats happened. Right? It's all thank you to me. You could just say, okay, that's not true at all. That is not true at all. So,
but the tournament, the local tournament, got people together, got people talking, and was like, this is really fun. We're all, hanging out and having a good competition, and and so then Devin Hightower.
So traveling open mats came from Devin Hightower, but the idea was sparked at the Pikes Peak Grappling Bigfoot Brawl. And he came, and I think he invited 2 people originally. I think it was Warrior Fitness and Wilson Brothers, right? And he was like, "Hey, you guys want to get together? Maybe get some rolls in." I think it may have been Prime with Calvert.
Danielle,
He's like, "Hey, let's get together." And then I got invited to this somehow. I think I was like number 7 to get invited to this open mat, and with my big mouth, it just was like a hand grenade. I was like, "Let's roll it."
As soon as we saw it,
we're like
invite.
Yeah. I saw it popping my feet. I'm like, interesting. I'm like, let me see.
But what this is doing for the community is amazing. Like, just because you train at a certain gym or you're affiliated with a certain subset, we are a community. And that's what this is about. Let's run with this. Let's grow this as big as possible. Let's make this a positive trademark. Do you know of anywhere else in the United States that's doing something to this magnitude?
No, I was actually talking to, I don't remember, I think it was Professor Avi from Henzo Gracie.
Yeah.
And I think it was him. I said, you wouldn't see this kind of, usually you don't see this kind of, this many people, unless it's a seminar.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And we're doing it every other weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but even seminars can be really segmented, where
every group's over in their little spot.
Yeah, but even just where it's specific to just the school too. And so, I mean, I love it because we have friends that go to different schools that we hang out with outside of jiu-jitsu, and so it's just fun to because at one point my friend Erin and I, she trains at Prime, and we'd never gotten to roll together ever. And it's so weird that you have this thing in common
that you couldn't share,
but you can't really share it.
Yeah.
but now we can.
And that's the cool thing. Like getting together with people from other gyms only improves your jiu-jitsu. The amount of respect that you see in these environments is absolutely amazing. There's no, coming in to hurt anybody. I've seen, like Professor Marcus is rolling with my wife, who's a white belt. It's, I've had Professor Westridge. The majority of the professors are so nice and so giving to the community. It's breaking a lot of these preconceived notions that the superiority complex is just washed away. And I love seeing this digression. Now, don't get me wrong. There is nothing wrong with healthy competition in the right environments. But from my perspective and your perspective, these people are not our enemies.
No.
An enemy is completely defined by something else. There's nothing wrong with us trying to go hard at each other, but we're not enemies. This is a family, and that's the way that I see it. So.
Okay. All right. So, we already talked about this off camera, but you just had to put that picture of me on that group chat. All right. For those of you that have video, where I'm gonna put it like somewhere like right up here so you can see it.
Whole time.
And Daniel Colvert, I'm gonna give you a T-shirt for having the best. What did he call it?
Like
best caption for the picture. I'll let you guys. I'll screenshot it and impose it into the video so you guys can see it and laugh as well. But well done, sir.
Thank you. So I want to say how this was spawned. He was like, in the military, if you're leaning against the wall, you're holding up the wall, right? Well, he was absolutely holding up this wall at the last traveling of Matt, and I just captioned it. I just quick pictured, and he was like making these funny gestures, and it just ran from there. So
the problem is you caught me in between the gestures. So I made like a stupid face. I was like, ugh, and stopped. And then right as I was looking, so it's just like a little pose, and I'm like,
yeah, it's the cutest thing you'll ever see.
It's bad. Like I'm like doing the blue. It's something that it's not going away anytime soon.
No. It's
all right. So, is there anything you guys want to talk that we missed about? Any upcoming tournaments? Anything that you guys would like people to know about, or anything we missed?
No, the one thing I do want to say is that, guys, if you are considering doing anything just for self-improvement, to gain some more respect for yourself, come out and try jiu-jitsu, right? Like, as I said at the beginning of the show, what jiu-jitsu has done for me, or any martial art for that matter, it's just going to improve your quality of life. And you don't have to become as addicted to me or as to jiu-jitsu like I have. Make it your own journey. Just be you, do you. Yeah, man, I love jiu-jitsu. So.
Yeah. No, it's great. Danielle, anything?
Just registration's open for both of our tournaments. So the women's tournament, July 21st, and then Victory of Valhalla, which is September 28th, which is open to everybody. Yeah. So adults, kids, teens.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Get out there and register.
Yep. Smooth comp.
All right.